on the channel, we go retro once again with a Wrestling Something Wrestler line from Figure Collections with a double dose of Marcus Alexander, Buff Bagwell, and the Patriot.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Wrestling Something Wrestlers Retro Wrestling Unboxing and Review. And today, we got two guys we've known about for seemingly 100 years, but two guys that have been pretty limited in their action figure output over the years in the Patriot Del Wilkes, and of course he's the buff, he's the stuff. It's Marcus Alexander Bagwell, Buff Bagwell. But of course, for all your figure collection needs, head over to Figure Collections. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And we're going to start very patriotic with one Del Wilkes, the Patriot. The Patriot, an all-timer that doesn't get quite his just due, it feels like here. And I go back to being a very little kid, very small kid, running home from elementary school to catch a little glimpse of the dying days of AWA. And that's where I came into the AWA at the very end, the last year of the AWA. And the trooper at the time was Del Wilkes. Later went under the mask to become the Patriot, but that's where I first saw him. Then watching Global Championship Wrestling, the GWF down there in Texas, got to see him as the Patriot for the first time ever. Then he brought in the Dark Patriot. There was a lot to like about the Patriot. Then from there, going over to WCW and of course WWE as well. A guy that made the towns, made the circuit, and just missed out on the big time, but still some amazing matches in the WWF back in the day against Bret Hitman Hart. Just a very sleeper wrestler, really in the, I guess we'll call it 80s, 90s wrestling landscape. And then, of course, he has since passed away, as we do know, but would love to see more Del Wilkes Patriot figures in the future. Would love to see him on a Legends deal, something like that. Definitely underrated, and you know me, I'm a sucker for a masked man. Yes, there you go. But let's dive into the packaging on this one right here. Wrestling Something Wrestlers. Got the Patriot looking only like a Patriot could look. Of course, there he is in the bubble as well. Part of Series 2, it says right here. On the back, we got the cross-sell back there. We got all kinds of stuff going on. We got some gibber, we got some jabber, we got some glamour shots. Let's see what it says about our old friend, the Patriot here. Height 6'5", 275 pounds, from Columbia, South Carolina. One of the most beautiful places in South Carolina. Throughout the late 80s and 90s, there you go, Wilkes dominated the squared circle. Best known for his role in the feud between USA and Canada. He was remembered as a patriotic hero all across the globe. And I think he's right up there with Uncle Sam, I think, at this point. Maybe not, maybe not. But we do got some of Series 1, Chelsea Green unboxed on the channel, Cole Cabana unboxed on the channel, Effie unboxed on the channel, the Headbangers unboxed on the channel, Mike Chioda unboxed on the channel. So we knocked out Series 1. Now, Series 2, Macho Man Randy Savage, we unboxed those on the channel. But Marcus Buff Bagwell, the Patriot, unboxing in this very video. The last one is Vlad Obozetti. And I did not pick up Vlad. I don't know if I need Vlad in my collection. I would not be opposed to buying him on clearance, or if they have like a damaged loose one for sale. I may buy it just to keep the completionist going. But I don't know. Vlad doesn't do a ton for me compared to the other ones. But maybe one day, we'll see what happens there. But let's get old Del Wilkes. Let's get him out of the package here. And falling off the card, very easy right there. Very clean. See you later. Goodbye. I don't think I've had a cleaner cutoff, if I ever have. I don't know. There it is. But Wrestling Something Wrestlers, Patriot, out of the package. And he's got the OG Greg the Hammer Valentine going on right there. First thing I noticed, beautiful tan on him. He's getting some of that South Carolina sun back in the day, I guess. But you do got the masked man head there, a very intricate mask here. You got the eagle over the front. Of course, the stars on the top with the beautiful blue from the flag, a red and black attack going on. And you got two eyes back there. Hiding behind that mask, you got two eyes going on. Nice tattoos, nice tan, as I did say. You do got the black elbow pad painted on here, white wrist tape painted on. He's got two fists of Del Wilkes Patriot Fury. He's ready to throw some punches and bunches. Of course, you get waist articulation, arm goes all the way around, elbow articulation, and that's it outside of the head. So you get the head back and forth. So our usual articulation for a retro figure. And then he's got a very interesting tight design down here. And I guess I couldn't picture in my head what his tights looked like. I don't remember a lot of black, but I'm sure they were in there. But we got the black, blue, red, and white going on. All kinds of stars throughout as well. Figures Toy Company 2024. Hole in the foot. Would have to imagine he will fit on a ringside collectible Mattel stand. Well, what do you know? Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. And as usual, no action feature on these either. But very cool to get a Patriot after all these years. And was this the last Patriot figure we got? And then once again, you get kind of that bluish black color going on. So he must have worn his time in the WWE. Got him part of the Slammers line back in the Bone Cruncher days. Had to use him with your Bone Crunchers. Technically a different line, but close enough to be dangerous. And this was the only Patriot we were getting, so we had to use that one here. And this one should fit on a stand too, possibly. What do you know? It could fit him on a stand as well. So the Patriot riding again, but man, we need more Patriot figures. Would have been a great one for the Classic Superstars line back in the day. Could see maybe possibly Power Town jumping into him. I don't know where that would actually end up landing. But I think most of us would like to really see him in the WWE Mattel Legends line. How about that one there? So the Patriot coming in extra hot, wrestling something wrestlers. Now we're going to turn our attention over to a guy that's buff, and he is truly the stuff. 2 Buff Bagwells, and Buff hasn't had a ton of figures, as we do know. We did get a Classic Superstars back in the day. Obviously, these figures right here. We also got, I think, the old Toy Biz figures, which I don't count because they're hot garbage. We've talked about that on the channel before. But Buff getting some figures here, and he's getting 2 different carded figures. And I guess we'll go one by one. I guess we'll go with the traditional carding on this one right here. Got the red going good for old Marcus Alexander Bagwell. Very similar. I remember coming into him as a very small kid as the Handsome Stranger back in the GWF days. I believe he tagged with the Patriot. He had a lot of tag partners over the years. Of course, his most famous, to me at least, would be the Vicious Delicious with Scott Norton. Would love to see a Scott Norton retro similar to this in the future. We'll see what happens there. But very similar packaging to the last one we did see, of course. On the back, that exact same cross-sell of the tail of the tape, all that kind of stuff. We're going to read that, see what it says about Mr. Bagwell. Height 6'1", 245 pounds from Marietta, Georgia. Beautiful this time of year. Known for his Playboy persona and buff physique, Marcus Bagwell took the wrestling world by storm in the 90s as a 5-time tag team champion. Can we get Too Cold Scorpio to go with him as well? Bringing order to the new world of professional wrestling. Old Bagwell getting it done. And not coming off the card as easy as one Patriot, I can tell you that much. But we're going to try. We're going to do our thing. We're going to try our hardest here. Got to try. It's all in the try. There we go. We're getting him. Clean this up later. Come on. Come on. Uh-oh, hat falling off. There it is. See you later. Goodbye. See ya. All right, now we got Bagwell out of the package. We do get the accessory. You got that big buff top hat. Oh my gosh. Says buff right on there in red. And then you got the yellow on the letters there. A little white design as well. Very cool. Very on brand for Buff Bagwell, of course. He's throwing up that double buy. Oh, look at him there. And of course, got that tattoo around his arm. Black wrist tape. 2 Fists of Fury once again. And then he's got buff airbrushed on his pants. He's got buff on the side, buff on the boots. And then he's got a girl here, a pretty young girl right there, airbrushed on it. Now you do got the arms up and down like a young Bushwhacker Luke or Butch, I guess depending on the Hasbro release, but he's got those Bushwhacker arms. He's ready to go. Whoa, cousin Luke, or whoa, cousin Scott Norton. Maybe he's doing that, who knows. But you do get the same articulation with the waist and then the head back and forth. Head, you got the glasses sculpted in on this one. You got that 90s goatee. Just screams 1990s, that goatee. Got the silver chain going on. It is sculpted in here as well. He's even got earrings going there. And you got that Bagwell black hairdo on him. So pretty much what you think of with Marcus Bagwell, I think, for the most part, especially this era here, really makes me want to get, once again, a Scott Norton to go along with him. And he should also fit on a ringside collectible stand. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Look at that. Fitting perfectly. Now we're going to go to the variant edition from Series 2. We do get the NWO version, I guess we'll call it this one here in the black. This is the one I would love to see match up with the Scott Norton. Different packaging design style there. Wrestling something wrestlers. Got that autograph on the front. Figure collections. Glamour shots. It's all there. On the back, the exact same copy. The exact same cross-sell. We've seen all this, talked about all this. Product not suitable for anyone under the age of 15. And some may say 18. Maybe 18. Keep them away unless they're Over 18 from old Buff Bagwell, that's what I'll say. But can I get him off the card? Oh my gosh. It's wild that Patriot came off the card so easy, but these two just fighting out there. Reminds me a lot of the grapplers and gimmicks as far as held down on the package. I don't know if they use the same supplier, the same factory or what, but man, very, very similar as far as that goes. See you later. Goodbye. And let's get down to old Buff, and I guess we'll start with the hat once again. Same top hat, this time in black. Got the red lettering, got a little bit of the white. Pops a little bit more on the black than it does on the red. Personal preference is what that is. Now, body going to be identical, of course. Same mold, same everything. Got to get the most out of your mold. So everything that we talked about here relates over here. It's just a repaint, this time in black and more, like I said, NWO colors for Bagwell right here. You do got Buff in that NWO font, which is a pretty good idea. Very clever there. Got the bricks on the side here. Once again, Buff over here as well. But the big difference between these two right here is going to be in the head department. It's the same head, but this one has the glasses sculpted in. This one, no glasses. So I like that little change right there. That goes a long way to making this feel a little bit more special, feeling a little bit different, because they very easily could have just used the same head for both of them, called it a day, just a simple repaint. But this makes it feel like a little bit more than just a repaint when you do see his eyes here where you got the glasses on this side. So little details like that I appreciate from Figure Collections going all in, doing that as well. You got the hole in the foot once again. Stick him on a ringside stand. He's ready to go. He's ready to tell everybody that he's Buff and he is the stuff. So very cool here. Obviously some characters we haven't gotten a heck of a long time. Characters we would love to see more of in the future. Have to imagine if they've signed with Figure Collections, they're probably signing with some others as well. Wouldn't be shocked to see some of these guys pop up along the way. Maybe we'll see them from Zombie Sailor in their more Mattel-style line. These would be perfect candidates for that, if that is a possibility. But Marcus Alexander Bagwell, Buff Bagwell to his friends, and the Patriot. Two very cool ones here, part of the retro line, Wrestling Something Wrestlers from Figure Collections. So there it is. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channels, 2 channels with content every single day. Check out my Patreon channel as well for even more stuff, exclusive, first dibs on videos, you name it, it's all going down on the Patreon. Even got a collection tour of my dad's collection over there as a Patreon exclusive. Check that out if you didn't miss that by now. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, and of course now on TikTok. And don't forget my book, The Complete Guide to the Jakks Class Superstar Series by yours truly, now available on Kindle. So for a little Wrestling Something Wrestlers, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.